should you go plant-based? Well, yes, I would say not necessarily going full vegan, but eating more plant-based is beneficial. It's better in terms of the environmental impact, it's better in terms of sustainability, it can be cheaper, and it's good for your health. Is there a problem with eating meat? No. From the research we've got, if you are eating meat sensibly, so you're having a moderate intake of meat as part of an overall balanced diet, it's not associated with huge health risks. In fact, you can see really good improvements in terms of chronic disease risk. However, if you're eating a lot of meat and a lot of processed meat, that's not going to be so good for you. And I think any steps we can take towards eating slightly less meat and eating more of the plant proteins that are around is going to be helpful long term for our world, for our environment, and for our bodies. I'm certainly not going to be cutting meat out of my diet, but I am going to look at different things that I can use to supplement. And it just means it opens up the field to me to learn about new foods and to start using different things. So things like tofu, for example, I'm rubbish at using things like tofu. So I don't know really what to do with tofu. I've tried it a couple of times. I've not really got on with it. So I need to force myself to, learn how to cook things like that and be more experimental. So plant-based diets are good for us in terms of health because they are low in saturated fats. Obviously, they're high in fruit and vegetables, and we know fruit and vegetables are good. We've got loads of research showing how they help our health, and they reduce the risk of diseases in terms of cancer risk, the antioxidants that are in them. They're packed full of goodness. But also, those plant-based diets aren't all about the fruit and veg. We've got the whole grains there, fibre, really important, beans and pulses, soy products. So we obviously have evidence for soy being beneficial. Some people say soy is bad for us. No, it's not. There are definitely benefits in terms of soy, in terms of our health. Nuts and seeds are also packed full of phytochemicals and nutrients that we don't necessarily even know everything that's in there, but we know that they're great for our bodies. So by having a more plant-based diet, you may have to be more inventive and look at getting your protein from different places, but you're going to find that your diet's going to be more varied and perhaps you're going to be more creative with the way that you're eating. Studies have found that plant-based diets lead to a lower level of total and low density lipoprotein cholesterol, LDL cholesterol. So they can improve our cholesterol levels, and also there can be improvements in terms of glucose levels and reductions in inflammation in the body. So overall, that's going to lead to better health outcomes for us. We don't have as much available evidence in terms of a full-on vegan diet. However, that it's going to always depend on how you eat. So there are some vegans that eat really, really well and really look at what they're eating and plan things out and have great variety in there. And there's other people who go vegan perhaps more on a whim because they think, oh, it sounds like a good thing to do, let's just try it out. They're not prepared, they don't really know what they're doing in terms of making those swaps, and they rely on a lot of convenience foods. So that's definitely not going to be as good for us. So I think if you are this year thinking, I want to get into this plant-based thing, I want to eat less meat and less animal products, go for it. But do plan it out. Make a shopping list. Stuck yourself up on foods that are going to be helpful. So having those nuts, those seeds around, having plenty of fruit and vegetables, having lots of different whole grains in your pantry, having things like soy and tofu and tempeh and miso and all of those types of foods around as well. And also getting hold of recipes. So before you go vegan, make sure, or before you go more plant-based, make sure you've got a stack load of recipes. Start trying them out ahead of time so that you get used to them and you know what you're doing. If you're going to bake something, what are you going to use as a substitute? You want to have those ideas already there. So start following some people on social media who are already doing that perhaps, and get hold of some cookery books that are going to give you that inspiration. I hope that's helpful. Do let me know if you've got any more questions, and I will chat to you soon. But I'm also going to be putting up some blog posts on this topic. So do pop over to dietitianuk.co.uk and have a look at what I'm writing there. Thanks so much for listening.